The following program does not offer personal medical advice. Please consult your doctor before using any treatment or product we cover. Welcome to Go to Health Media with your host, Jonathan Marks. We provide a welcoming environment where experts educate you on important health topics, answer your questions, and provide information from which you can benefit in consultation with your doctor. You can visit and subscribe to the show at gotohealthmedia.com. And now, here is Jonathan Marks. Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks from Go to Health Media. Welcome back to another show. You can watch us on our website and subscribe there at gotohealthmedia.com so you don't miss an episode. You also can watch us on YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. So today, this show is for women over 40, perhaps in menopause, who are struggling to release excess weight and find it even harder as menopause begins. Are you someone or do you know someone who is struggling like this? How would you like a guided program that helps balance hormones to release weight, improve health, feel great, and look younger? Our guest today works with women 40 plus who are struggling to release excess weight and find it even harder as menopause begins. She will give practical tips for reducing cortisol and why that's important. She will also talk a bit about hypnosis, as most people still don't understand its role, and she will also talk about living in peace with food and what she calls an 80-20 healthy lifestyle, which we'll ask her about. Debbie Harris is an integrative nutrition health coach, certified hypnotist, and author of the soon-to-be-published Dieting Sucks. After decades of yo-yo dieting, she discovered the key to lasting weight loss, balancing hormones, food, and mindset. She co-founded Mayne Street Weight Loss and Wellness, helping women over 40 break free from dieting and transform their health. Debbie's no-nonsense, science-backed approach has helped hundreds lose weight, get off medication, and feel better than ever. And if you want to learn more, you can go to maynestreet.com, and it's spelled a little differently. It's M-A-Y-N-E, M-A-Y-N-E Street, maynestreet.com. So welcome to the show, Debbie Harris. How are you today?
I am fantastic, Jonathan, other than this slight cold I'm still getting rid of. And thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm perfectly wonderful. Thank you. Thank God I'm healthy at this moment. Good. So tell us, why are you helping women over 40 releasing excess weight? What is your motivation? What's your why?
Oh, it's just all the years of frustration that I went through. I was the fat kid when I was younger in school, and I learned that, oh, here's the next great diet. Let's try that. And weight would come off, then it would come back, then I would try something else. And this went on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to menopause, it was like, it didn't matter what I did,
A
nothing.
wall. It's like hitting a
Yeah,
wall, huh?
literally hitting a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered what I needed to do with food so that I could balance out my hormones, in particular cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been kind of a trainer, coach in various ways. And I started wanting to help women. I'm like, you don't need to go through this. You don't need to spend the money, the energy, and that feeling like you're a failure because you just can't get a handle on this.
So that really comes from your own experience, and now you've gotten training in this. You're a certified nutrition health coach. Good. So we hear a lot about hormone balancing. Tell me about that, and how do you address that?
Well, the main thing we're talking about, at least from the perspective of the weight and some of the menopause, is cortisol. So think of cortisol as that overprotective friend that you have, kind of the fight or flight. And obviously, we're not concerned about being attacked by wolves or bears in our normal course of going about our day.
Hmm.
But cortisol is being raised because of environmental factors, because of stress, because of many things. And when you hit menopause, estrogen and progesterone also play a part in whacking everything out.
Hmm.
And what we really want to do is level off that cortisol. And we can do that with food
Oh,
and
really?
with proper movement.
Huh.
We want to make sure that movement, exercise, that we're not being counterproductive, which oftentimes women are. Um, and I talk to them about that.
So
Mhm.
cortisol, can we call it like the stress hormone? Is that what that
Yes,
is? Okay. And what effect does that have on weight?
it's going to, if you think of kind of like not knowing where your next meal's coming from or not knowing what's going to happen, you're going to store fat. I mean,
Mm.
additionally, you're going to store fat. It also affects your insulin and can make you insulin resistant. So also that comes into the boy who cried wolf. What is really happening? And finally, you're wearing out the system.
Hmm.
Uh, it can disrupt your sleep also. It can hurt with muscle mass. So you start losing some of that. And in our modern lifestyle, I don't think anybody would say, well, there's no stress. And I don't mean just stress about something happened or somebody said something or work is difficult. I mean, even environmental stress. We can't control everything. We can't
Hmm.
control everything we eat, every piece of air we breathe in. So we really need to get a handle on that cortisol. And for women, as they enter perimenopause and menopause, it does become more difficult to do that.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you also use hypnosis in your practice. What role
Yeah.
does that play? Tell us about that.
I've been a certified hypnotist for about 23 years. And what I do now in my private program is I use it for relaxation and positive suggestion. So a client will be able to, it's almost like a mini vacation. A client will be able to completely relax and also tell me what positive reinforcement they might want. For example, I still see myself as fat, even though most recent client, even though I'm down 52 pounds.
Mm.
So in the visualization, we can have the client standing in front of a mirror, visualizing what they look like. We can put positive reinforcement. Hypnosis is great. I also teach all of my clients self-hypnosis. And that's something that you can use for anything.
Hmm.
Anything you're trying to really get in there, you can use self-hypnosis for.
Now, you also talk about the 80-20 healthy lifestyle. What do you mean by that?
What I teach my clients, and the whole program is illustrated in my book, Dieting Sucks, is 80% of the time, let's focus on eating the foods that are really healthy for us. Whatever that is, everybody's different. And that's part of what we find out along the process. But 20% of the time, let's indulge in what we want to indulge in. So I know I have colleagues and others who say, well, you can never have this, you can never have that, you can never have this. And I will tell you, maybe because of my hypnosis background, what is the surest way to get a teenager to do something? Just tell them they can't do it. It's the same
Right.
thing with a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, because our subconscious, mm-mm-mm. So I say there are no nevers. Unless you're allergic to a specific food, there are no nevers. First of all, our foods are so tied to our memories, to our family tradition, to our wider culture. Why would there be something you can never have if it's something that brings back a positive memory? Or
Mm-hmm.
perhaps it's a craving that you have sometimes. Indulge, but understand how to do that so that you always stay within your range for your ideal healthy weight. That's the most important thing. We're not talking about fitting into your high school prom dress. We're
Right.
talking about what is the ideal healthy weight for you? What are you comfortable with? And where are you going to be able to maintain that with that 80-20 lifestyle?
Got it. So what I'm hearing from that is you don't have to be perfect,
No.
right?
And it wouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens then? Oh my God, I had an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And then that spiral happens. No, we don't want any of that.
Got it. So tell us, I want you to tell us a little bit about two things. Number one, your program, and are you taking new people into your program? And the second thing is about your upcoming book, Dieting Sucks. So tell us a little bit about each of those, if you would.
I am taking new clients into my program. It is a 6-month program.
Okay.
You work with me via Zoom. We do a coaching session every 2 weeks, and we incorporate the hypnosis into those sessions, of which I then send you as a recording so that you can use the hypnosis however you like. I
Right.
also teach you self-hypnosis. So we're going to focus on what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? And let's figure out the perfect plan for you. The book is called Dieting Sucks, and it's really about coming to peace with food, balancing your hormones, taking off your excess weight. It
Hmm.
has the entire program in it, including learning self-hypnosis and all of the things that I find are most frustrating, particularly for women. The whole concept of, and you mentioned it a minute ago, what if I have a donut in the morning? Does that mean the rest of my day is crap? You
Right.
know, I
Right.
haven't I haven't controlled myself.
Right.
Um, so the book really goes into all of this. It explains the program in detail. It's got about 50 different recipes in it as well that you can use. And it really teaches you that 80-20 lifestyle. It'll be
Great.
out end of June, beginning of July.
Wonderful. And you've been doing coaching for how long?
I've been doing this coaching
Yes.
for about 4 years.
Okay.
I've been a coach and a trainer in other lifetimes and other types of things.
Got it. So in addition to the coaching that you do, why did you write the book? What was the purpose for that? Was it to make it more accessible in different ways? Tell us why you have both the program and the book.
That's a really great question. I've always wanted to write a book, and I never really felt, what am I going to write
Hmm.
about? I've always loved to write. I talked to a book coach about 10 years ago, and she said, okay, let's do a consultation. We spent 45 minutes on the phone, and she said to me, stop. You've just mentioned 7 different books.
I see.
Is there one subject? And at that time, there really wasn't. But when I started working with clients and working with women and seeing the change, I thought, you know what? It's a cathartic experience for me
Hmm.
to create it. And wow, people are going to be able to pick the book up, whether they work with me or not, and have the full scope of how to take care of this.
Got it. And you talk about this, your process as science backed. Tell us more about that. Where's the evidence that this works, or where did you get this from?
Well, that has more to do with the whole idea that we now know that balancing hormones, particularly cortisol, is going to help release weight.
Hmm.
Uh, this is nothing new, actually. It's been around for about 30 years. I did not discover it, but it really wasn't in the forefront. Now it is. And then after working with hundreds of clients, probably men and women, by the way,
Mm.
from age 26 to 75, I then decided I want to focus on the women who are going through what I went through, who either have had a weight issue all their lives, or they woke up one morning and they look down and they go, where did this come from?
Hmm.
What's happening?
Hmm.
Um, and I really, really feel strongly about helping those women, helping them understand that you're not a failure because you ate a donut.
Hmm.
And here is what you need to know to really get to that healthy weight and stay there. That's the most important thing, is staying there.
And so if people go to your website, and I'm gonna give the website here in just a second, tell us a little bit about what they'll see, number one. And number two, can they pre-order the book beforehand? But before you answer that, let me just tell people the website. It's mainstreet.com and it's spelled a little bit differently. It's Mayne, Mayne, mainstreet.com, Debbie Harris. So Debbie, tell us what we're going to find on the website, and can we pre-order the book?
There is a place there to put an email so that as soon as the pre-order is ready, I will be letting people know.
Great.
So most definitely, you will also have information about my private program and the ability to schedule a 20-minute call with me, Zoom with me, completely no obligation and no cost. And in those 20 minutes, you're going to get some constructive tips, whether we work together or not.
That sounds really good. I want to thank you for coming on the show today and telling us about your work. Hope we can help you spread the word.
Yeah.
Good. So if you're a woman or you know of a woman who's over 40, perhaps struggling with weight, perhaps new to menopause, Debbie Harris can really help you. You can reach her at mainstreet.com. That's Mayne, mainstreet.com. Debbie, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. And as we say at the end of every show, remember, go to health. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in this week to Go to Health Media. Be sure to join Jonathan Marks and another health expert next time. You can also catch the program on your favorite podcast platform. Until our next show, be sure to visit us on the web at gotohealthmedia.com and elevate your life.